Okay, guys, so today what we're going to be talking about is using flashbacks in narrative writing. Now, the goal today is I want to teach you that authors use a technique called the flashback to take the reader back in time to explain something that happened. This gives the reader a better understanding about the character or the problem that that character is possibly facing. Now, how does it work? Well, if you remember, it starts with your character being in the present, in the present part of your story, what's happening at that moment, and then your character thinks about something that's happened in the past. And then they describe that memory to the reader, and then after that it returns to the present, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and look at a Star Wars example here, and I want you to notice how the older Ben flashbacks to different times in his life that happened in the past. Now, you're going to notice that this happens very briefly, and that's exactly what a flashback does. It's not going to last very long.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes. I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father.
I wish I'd known him.
He was the best star pilot in the galaxy. And a cunning warrior. And he was a good friend.
Okay, so did you see how that worked? It started with Ben having a conversation with Luke, and then what ends up happening? He's remembering his life as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's remembering what that felt like. And then it would return back to the present each time that he actually did it. So it was very short, but very effective in helping you understand what his life was like before. Now, let's take a look at another example from Escaping the Giant Wave, because there are some flashbacks there too. And again, to walk through this model, again, you start in the present, okay? So let's look at where this happened in Escaping the Giant Wave. This is when Kyle and BB have decided to go up the hill, and they left Darren still by the old hotel that had been burnt. Okay, so here we go. My mind went in circles, like Alexander the Greatest when he chases his tail. One second I thought we should be hurrying up the hill. The next second I wondered if we should return to the hotel area. So again, we're in the present. Now, the next step comes going to the past. That's where the flashback happens. The thing that kept me going uphill was my memory. There's the cue, or the clue to the reader that a flashback's happening. Was my memory of Dad's voice saying, "You got that," after he read the sign to us. We all nodded. "Okay," he said, "let's forget about giant waves and enjoy ourselves." Mom and Dad trusted me to take care of BB and myself. By doing what the sign said to do, I hoped I was keeping us safe. Now notice how it's going to return to the present now. Okay, BB trudged at my heels. "I'm tired," she said, "and hungry. I want my pizza and my milkshake." Notice that the story continues on in the present, all right? So now it's your guys' turn. What I want you to do today is I want you to reread the story that you've written so far and find a logical place to insert a flashback. Now, speaking of your stories though, they do need to be a little bit longer. Several of you, they're not long enough. I'd like to see multiple paragraphs. Once you've decided where you're going to put your flashback, I want you to write a flashback that's going to last for about 3 to 5 sentences. Then make sure that it returns to the present. Now, when you post your before and after pictures to Seesaw, I'd also like you to highlight where you put your flashback in. That way I can find it very quickly. Also, guys, I included the graphic source again at the end of the video for you, so you can refer back to that if you need it.